account manager Fred Grande is suing the mother of his child, 25-year-old waitress Mariam Wahab, for the return of an engagement ring. Mariam claims the ring was a birthday gift.
Quiet in the courtroom, please. Yeah, this is case number 60 on the calendar in the matter of Grande versus Wahab. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Mr. Grande, you want the engagement ring back, and the defendant says it was not an engagement ring but a birthday Christmas present, right?
That's correct.
Can I see the receipt for the ring? Okay, well, the first thing I have to ascertain is, Mr. Grande, you are suing her for $699 for the return of the value of the ring, and you only paid $359.11 for it. What's the other money for?
Okay, originally the $699 is the retail value of the ring. I did have it appraised, and the total that I did pay on it is $385, and that's the total amount that I did pay into it. So that's what I would be seeking, is $385.
But didn't you think I'd figure that out?
Yeah.
I mean, when you filed your lawsuit, didn't you think that I'd figure out that you were seeking twice as much as you paid for the ring?
Well,
you are the only human being in history who buys a ring from a jewelry store and it doubles in value in a relatively short period of time. All right, so you're not seeking $700 for the ring, you're seeking $359.11.
That's correct.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with shooting big, though.
Oh, I shoot big too, sir. Okay, so now we know what your lawsuit is about, Mr. Grande. You and the defendant have a child together, is that right?
We do.
And how old is that child?
She's 16 months.
And you share custody of her?
We do.
I have full custody.
Shh. Don't speak out. Okay. I'm really good at getting information. It's really my strong suit. I'm really good at getting quality, accurate information. But I like to get it from the person who I choose to get it from. Do you have joint custody, sir?
She has sole custody. I have joint legal custody, though.
Okay, so she has sole physical custody. She takes care of all the problems, and you can say, I have joint legal custody.
Somewhat.
See, I told you I shoot big. So you had a long-term relationship with her?
Yeah, over 2 years.
Oh, lifetime. And in the 2 years that you were together, you managed to have a relationship, have a baby, and separate. Is that right?
Correct.
And since I assume, Mr. Grande, that you have been to court, if you have joint legal custody, despite the fact that she has physical custody, I also assume that there is a support order.
There is.
And how much is the support order?
It's for $337 a month, but right now I'm currently paying $500.
Well, $337 a month is the support order, and if you're paying $500, there must have been some arrears.
Correct.
Which means that you weren't paying for a while.
Not necessarily, no.
Well, that's what arrears are, sir. Arrears are fixed by the court.
Correct.
If, for a period of time, you are not paying support. Don't you think that they put me here for a reason?
Well, I understand.
You think that I was a go-go dancer before I got this job? I was not. I was a judge in the family court. Arrears are when you don't pay support. They fix on and they tack on an additional amount for that period of time that you didn't pay support.
It's not from lack of payment, though. We originally went to court in June, and she felt that the $250 wasn't sufficient, so then we didn't get to court and finalize until September. So
Just a minute. She felt what $250 wasn't sufficient?
Originally, the support order was set at $250, and she didn't fill that.
Okay. So originally, a court set child support at $250, or you were paying it voluntarily?
It hadn't been set in any decree yet.
Fine. So you were giving her voluntarily, according to you, $250 a month.
She didn't get any money until September, until the final decree was established.
Now, the final decree was what? $337?
Correct.
Well, you just said to me they felt that $250 wasn't enough.
It was for back payments, $337 times all the months since the original court date of June. So that's why from the start, I was $1,400.
What was this $250 that you were talking to me about, Mr. Grande?
That's what our lawyers had come to agreement, and we thought that's what the amount should have been set at.
Mr. Grande, is what you're telling me from the time you and the defendant separated until the time the court fixed an order of support, you were not paying any money?
No.
So, what I said to you was, your support order is $337, and because you were dingling around, they added another amount to cover the arrears for when you weren't paying any money. And you ought to respond, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
No!
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how long was it that you were separated, Mr. Grande, before the court set an order of support?
She moved out in February 2002.
Yes, and when did the court make a support order?
September of 2002.
February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So for 8 months, you didn't pay any support. Is that right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Now let's get to this $350 engagement ring, the Hope Diamond that you bought for her. Can I see the ring? Mm-hmm. That looks like a pretty ring. Doesn't look like any sort of an engagement ring I ever saw. Engagement ring usually has one nice stone right there in the middle that just sits there and smiles at you. Give this back to her until I decide what to do with it, would you? When's your birthday?
December 18th.
And is it on December 18th every year?
Yes.
It doesn't change dates. You know,
Right.
2002 it's December 18th, 2003 it's December 18th, right?
Right.
So, Mr. Grande, you're going to explain to me, sir, how serendipitously, that means just by accident, sort of, you purchased this ring at the jewelry store on December 18th, 2002.
Coincidence.
Coincidence.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. He says his ex-fiancée, Mariam Wahab, owes for the return of an engagement ring. Mariam says the ring was a birthday gift.
Tell me what happened when you gave her the ring in December of 2000, December 18th, 2002, or whenever you gave it
It's
to
not
her.
when I gave it to her, but I'll explain
When did you
it to
give it to her?
I took myself, her mother, her brother, and his wife, and my mother out to dinner, and that's when I presented the ring to her.
Explain to me how you did that.
Well, we sat down before we got the food. I opened the case, showed it to her, and I said, "Will you marry me?" I didn't say happy birthday. I didn't say Merry Christmas. I said, "Will you marry me?"
And what did she say?
Well, of course, she said yes.
I would have thought twice.
If she said no, she wouldn't be wearing the ring, right?
Okay. Okay, good. So that's how it happened.
Correct.
And that was on what date, sir?
I would say it was about December 20th.
And you remember that distinctly?
I know it was
remember,
after her
no,
birthday,
you
yes.
remember, no, do you remember distinctly exactly how it happened? Because
Yes, I do.
we're not talking so long ago, right?
No,
So you remember that day and that dinner clearly,
I do.
and you would remember something that happened the day before also clearly. Is that right?
I would.
Your daughter wasn't born yet, is that right?
She wasn't.
But the defendant was pregnant at the time.
She was due very soon.
So she was very pregnant at
Sure.
the time. So it was an exciting time, and you would remember that time. What did you get for the defendant for her birthday, December of 2002, 2 days before you gave her the ring?
I believe it was some clothes.
No, you're not, you believe. I'm going to give you a minute to just sit back and think about it. Her birthday, your girlfriend, who's very pregnant, going to have your baby, who you love desperately, who you had bought a ring for, 2 days before you gave it to her, is celebrating a birthday on December 18th. And birthdays are really important when you have a new relationship, so you wouldn't think of not getting her something for her birthday.
Correct.
So now I want you to think really hard and tell me what you bought her for her birthday. Think hard. I want you to put on your thinking cap.
I believe
hard.
it was a sweater and an outfit.
Was it a maternity sweater or a regular sweater?
It was a regular sweater.
Was it a maternity outfit or a regular outfit?
It was a regular.
Was it a daytime outfit or an evening outfit?
Daytime. Well, I know what you're getting at. I do.
You do?
I do. I
then
think
if you do, then why don't you just, instead of lying...
Well, because if...
No, listen to me. Instead of lying and making things up as you're going, why don't you just say, quite frankly, Judge, I don't remember. I'm sure I bought her a birthday present on her birthday, but quite frankly, I don't remember, instead of standing there like a jerk and making things up.
I don't think that's the case.
What do you mean you don't think that's the case? You don't think that I know that you just stood there and made up the fact that you got
bought
her
her
a sweater
sweater.
and an outfit for her birthday?
I was planning on giving her the ring around her birthday and before Christmas. It's not like I was making the best money, at that time, so...
Mr. Grande, don't
regardless.
you understand what I just said to you? I said that you lied when you just told me that you got her a sweater and an outfit for her birthday, when in fact you just told me now that you got her nothing else because you were planning on giving her a ring around her birthday. And I said to you, don't stand there and make things up as you're going along, because it makes you look ridiculous. Now, do you want to explain to me how you got this ring?
Yes, it was on my birthday, December 18th. We went to dinner that night on my birthday. It was my mom, his mom, my brother, his girlfriend. And he didn't give it to me where anybody else could see it. He like handed me the box under the table and didn't say anything. He never asked me to marry him. Nothing like that. And I took it and then I brought it above the table and I showed everybody else and that was it.
Okay.
And he gave me the receipt to go get it sized.
That's how you have the receipt.
Right.
Okay. When did you separate?
February 18th. It was 2003. It was after I had the baby. She was like 2 months old.
And when for the first time did he ask you for the ring back?
He sent me an email probably around December. I'm not sure of the month, but it was a while
December
ago.
of 2000. Can I see?
This
Is
is
that
the
the email?
email.
May I
Yeah.
have it, please?
And he asked me for
That's her
it
response
back.
on the top. It's kind of colorful language, so
Oh, I can take it. Now, when did you separate, Mr. Grande?
she moved out in February
February of what year?
2003.
And this was sent on February 2004, a year later.
Mm-hmm.
And this was after you had been in court, is that right? Because I
Correct.
see you've got lawyers here.
Mm-hmm.
So after you were taken to court and you were given a support order in the amount of $500 a month, which includes arrears, we got this. Is that right?
Correct.
Too bad.
They didn't address
I have
that.
to make
There's
a
a lot of things they
determination.
didn't-
I'm speaking. I have to make a determination whether the ring that you gave her a year and a half ago was a birthday present or an engagement present. So let's try to look at certain objective data. A, we had a relationship that had come to a point when there was going to be a permanent commitment because you had a child together. B, I find that it was not serendipitous that this ring was purchased on the day of her birthday, and I believe her and not you that it was the 18th of December when the family went out to dinner to celebrate her birthday, and not you taking the family out to dinner to present her with an engagement ring. When it was presented to her, it was just given to her exactly as she said as it was given to her, which is
Under the table.
under the table. Here it is. She took it out and showed it to everybody.
We hadn't.
I find that,
No.
furthermore,
No.
if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. It doesn't look like an engagement ring. It looks like a ring.
Judge, we had an
I'm
engagement
speaking.
party.
I'm
This is
speaking.
important, though.
I'm speaking.
Do I have a chance when you're done?
No. You had your chance. She had her chance. Now I'm ruling. Now you have
There
to
was
be
an
quiet.
engagement party
now
in
you have to
Virginia.
be quiet. Do you understand? Now you have to be quiet. Most importantly, sir, how you have the audacity to sue her for a $300 ring when for 6 months you paid not 1 penny in child support, not a penny, is something, quite frankly, Mr. Grande, that I don't understand. And your demand for the engagement ring back, engagement ring is in quotes, made a year after you separated at a time when she was taking you to court for support is outrageous. And before I would come to court, when I had committed an outrageous act to seek the return of a $300 ring, I would take a good stiff drink and think twice about where my morals are. Your case is dismissed, Mr. Grande. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He thought I started dating other people, and that's when he got mad and asked for his ring back, and I said no.
We had an engagement party in Virginia, which didn't get brought up. Was that a fake engagement party? I doubt it.
Right, we just tried to make it look good, like I was getting married before I was pregnant, before I told him I was pregnant.
I take care of my child. I pay support. I've never missed a payment.
As far as the child support, for example, he tries to get over on everybody as much as he can, and like this, but in the end he always ends up looking stupid.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Valerio versus Gunderson, step forward.
Customer service rep Summer Valerio is suing fellow dog owner, 21-year-old customer service rep Gabe Gunderson for vet bills. Summer says Gabe's pit bull attacked her dog.
Ms. Valerio, you claim that the defendant's dog injured your dog during a fight,
Yes.
and you want the defendant to pay the vet bills for your
Correct.
dog. Mr. Gunderson says that there was a dog fight, your dog got the worst of the fight, and your dog shouldn't have been there anyway. So you'll explain that to me. What kind of a dog do you have?
She's a Mastiff Lab mix.
That's a big dog.
Yes.
And where was the dog?
In March of 2004, I made arrangements with Janice Rawson to keep my dogs at her house because she had just bought a house, and me and my boyfriend at the time broke up, and I was moving into a condo and didn't feel it was fair to take my 2 large dogs to a condominium with me. So she agreed to keep the dogs, and I continued to pay for their food and their vet bills while they were in her care until I made new living arrangements.
Just a second. So you left your dogs with this lady
Yes.
in March. Step up. What's your name?
My name is Janice Rawson.
You have a large piece of property?
It's a house with a yard.
You have your own dogs?
No.
What kind of dogs? One was a Mastiff mix, and what was the other?
Pit Bull Boxer mix.
Also a big dog.
Yes.
Who else lives in your house?
At the time when I moved in, it was Jeffrey, her now husband, and Dustin.
Jeffrey, her now husband.
The
Valerio.
boyfriend I had
I'm sorry.
separated from. And then we got back together and got married. But it was a temporary separation. He was living with her with the dogs there at the time.
Oh. So not only did you place your dogs with her, but you placed your ex-boyfriend there, too.
Yes.
Now, tell me about Mr. Gunderson.
Mr. Gunderson moved in with me when Summer...
What do you do, rent rooms?
Yes. I have
Okay.
a 4-bedroom house.
Okay, so you rented a room
Yes.
to him. Okay.
Mr. Gunderson moved in with me when Jeffrey moved in with Summer, and they got married, and then I rented a room to Gabe.
So Mr. Gunderson moved in with a...
Male pit bull.
So now you have 3 dogs in
3
your house.
dogs.
Is that the dog that injured her dog?
No, that's a separate dog.
Well, where did the separate dog come from?
We went on vacation to San Diego. We were told by
Who's
Jeffrey.
we?
Me, Janice, a different group of friends of ours. We were told by Jeffrey before we left on a certain date the dogs would be gone. We get back from San Diego. I pick up the dog who got
Picked
into
up
the
what
fight.
dog?
The dog that's the reason why we're here. The one that attacked her dog. Or
You
got
mean a
into fight
second
with
dog?
hers.
You picked
The
up a second
right.
dog.
Right. Picked that dog up. I got home, found out that Jeff and Summer did not live up to their end of the bargain as far as taking those dogs back like we were told.
Your Honor.
Well, why did you need a second dog?
I asked Janice. I wanted a female so I can breed. I asked Janice. She said that'd be fine.
Is that right?
Yes, but the condition was that he could only get the second dog when her dogs were gone, and it wasn't an exact date of when they were going to take the dogs back. It was a hopeful date. So he should have made sure that the dogs were gone before he actually picked up the pit bull.
Well, he didn't. So on what date did you pick up the pit bull?
October 9th
And what date was this fight that caused the injury to Miss Valerio's dog?
on the 28th, same month.
So why didn't you tell me how to get rid of the dog?
Well, I like dogs, and it's not, and the family who had the dog before couldn't keep the dog, and so it didn't really have anywhere to go back to except for the pound, and I didn't want to see that happen, so...
Okay, so you allowed him to keep
Yeah.
the dog there. Fine.
Yes.
Now tell me about the fight.
My other witness here is the one that broke up the dog fight and basically saved my dog's life.
Is that right?
Yes.
Good. Between the 9th of October and the day that this happened, did you visit your dogs?
Yes, and I actually, a couple weekends prior, had taken Justice to my house for the weekend. I would take her sometimes for 3 or 4
So
days
you
at a
knew
time.
he had both dogs there.
Yes, but I did not know that that dog had a history of being aggressive. He, on the other hand, did.
Were you home when Miss Valerio's dog was injured?
No.
You were? Step up. Tell me your name. Miss Rosen, you may sit down.
Noelle Cook.
I'll hear you.
Okay. I was at home, and I just heard the dogs fighting in the backyard, and I went to look over the fence, and I saw the dogs, his female and kind of his male. His male kept coming in and out of the fight. They had her dog pinned on the ground and basically tearing it apart.
And I have pictures, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it.
And also her vet bills and her medical records.
I'd like to see the pictures first.
If I may say, the vet did say that the only thing that saved my dog's life is the fact that she's 90 pounds. If she had been a smaller dog, the injuries would have killed her.
Mr. Gunderson, you understand, sir, that sometimes pit bulls have been known to be aggressive dogs. Is that right?
Yes.
How did you find out about the dog?
They lived actually across the street from a friend of mine. I've seen them before. Saw an ad in the paper. I called them, found out that it was the same people. So I've talked to them. I've seen the dog before, been around the dog before. It wasn't a big issue.
Did they have children?
They have 1 kid, yes.
And they felt that the dog was not appropriate to live with.
Well, they have 2 other dogs.
Look at me.
They have 2 other
They felt
dogs.
that the dog was not appropriate to live with them. Otherwise, what reason do you have to get rid of a dog?
Yeah, well,
If you have other dogs. It's not an allergy.
Mhm.
Is that right? Mr. Gunderson, pay careful attention. I'm very smart. This dog, you knew that the dog had had some problems. Is that right?
Right.
Who do you think is responsible, therefore, for a dog that has had certain problems in the past when the dog attacks again?
The owner of that dog.
That's you.
Mm-hmm.
You were aware of the dog's previous problems with the prior owner. Why you would choose to take a dog that had had problems, I don't know. And why you would choose to breed a dog that had prior problems, I for sure don't know. You have an answer to either of those questions?
I knew about the situation. I explained to Janice before I even got the dog.
I'm not talking about Janice. I'm asking you why you would choose to take a dog that had problems.
Because it had nowhere to go, so I took it.
And why, if it had nowhere else to go when you know the dog has certain character problems, why would you choose to breed a dog like that?
It's one fight. I didn't think it'd be a big deal, to be honest.
Well,
I've
now
been
you
around.
know better, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now I'll see the vet bills. That was easy.
Your Honor, each page is an individual invoice. The total actually came to what I wrote on the front. And she had to be kept in the hospital for 7 days.
Do you understand, sir? We all make certain choices when we get a pet. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to choose a pet that doesn't have violent propensities. You chose a pet that you knew had problems enough so that a prior owner was looking to get rid of it. You took it. Not only did you take it, but you made a choice, because one of the reasons that you told me you chose to take this dog is because you wanted to breed it, to propagate whatever character flaws that this dog had. That is stupid. Very stupid. It's going to cost you $2,455.50. That's all. Step out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. May step out.
I was shown that I'm wrong in this, even though I had nothing to do with this.
When you choose to own a dog that has aggressive tendencies, or any animal for that matter, you're responsible for its actions.
When I came home from work, my neighbor's standing in my driveway with blood on her.
The defendant actually called me saying that his dogs were attacked.
My dog also got hurt.
She just finally healed. It's taken a month and a half.
Pit bulls have a bad name for themselves because of how their owners raise them.
I don't think the breed's bad. I think it depends on how they're raised, and if they're not socialized with other animals and people, it's gonna take its toll.
21-year-old student Kaylin Zilmer is suing her ex-roommate, 21-year-old student Jennifer Zemlicka, for breaking an apartment lease. Jennifer says Kaylin's partying made living with her unbearable.
Yeah, this is case number 269 on the calendar in the matter of Zilmer versus Zemlicka. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat, huh?
Ms. Zilmer, how long did you room with the defendant while you were in college?
We have lived together for 2 years.
And then, according to your complaint, you recently signed another year's lease.
Right.
And the defendant moved out prior to that second lease starting, leaving you to pay 14 months' rent.
Right.
On your own.
Yep.
The year on the new lease plus 2 months on the old lease. And Ms. Zemlicka says that she absolutely moved out because you invited people to the house, you had underage drinking parties, people either stole her property and or damaged her property. It was really unsafe for her to stay there, and that you should have tried to get a new roommate for the new lease or gone to the landlord, tried to negotiate out of the lease, but she is certainly not responsible. When did you, Ms. Zemlicka, start to have problems with the plaintiff with regard to who she was bringing into the apartment?
The first incident where I began to feel that things were unsafe occurred on January 25th, 2004. During that weekend, I was not present at the apartment. I had gone to my hometown, to my parents' house, and during that weekend, Kaylin Zilmer had several people over, and there was an underage drinking party that occurred.
How did you know that?
I know that because I was told by both the plaintiff and by a mutual acquaintance of mine.
Well, you can't tell me anything about the mutual acquaintance. Did you have a discussion with Ms. Zilmer?
Yes, I did.
About it? Tell me about the discussion.
I came back from my weekend away, and she told me that she had had 2 friends over and that they had been drinking, and that they had been drinking quite profusely. And one of the two...
Well, she didn't say that. She didn't say they'd been drinking. Listen to me.
Okay, she said that they had been drinking.
Okay, Ms. Zemlicka, don't embellish. If you embellish, I think you're lying, and if you're lying, I'm not interested in hearing you. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes.
All right, that was January 25th. Let's move on.
Your Honor, there was another event that occurred on January 25th that concerned me. Jason was there, and he drank so much that he vomited blood in the bathroom. The paramedics were called. 911 was called. Although all 3 of them were underage, no tickets were issued.
Not true, Your
January 25th, what happened?
I gave no alcohol to this person who came over.
Well, who was the person?
He brought his own alcohol.
Who was the person?
It's a mutual friend of ours.
And he was drinking so much he got really sick.
You're right, and we did call 911.
Okay, fine. What's happened next?
After January 25th, although the incident worried me, I figured it was a one-time event.
Let's get on.
Okay, sorry.
I have other things to do too.
During the week of April 26, 2004 to May 2nd, 2004, Kaylin had a friend staying at the apartment for the duration of the week. And during this entire week, my room door was closed. I would come home at the end of the day. Things would be rearranged. I was accused of things I didn't do. I would get up in the morning, leave to go to my student teaching assignment, and I would come back at the end of the day, and Kaylin's guest would say to me, well, what the hell were you doing? Why were you slamming doors this morning? I wasn't slamming doors.
Okay, next. Move on.
Next. She had an underage drinking party on May 1st, 2004. During this underage drinking party, chairs belonging to me were broken. A fight occurred that I was told about by both Kaylin and Mindy.
Okay, so you weren't happy. When did you move out?
On or around June 14th, 2004.
When had you signed a new lease?
In the middle of March.
So March you signed the new lease, and when was the term of that lease?
The term of that lease was set to begin on August 15th, 2004.
And you moved out in June?
Correct.
Why didn't you get a new roommate?
Ms. Zemlicka had left a note for me the last day she moved out saying she'd be back in August.
Can I see it, please?
And aside from that note and all...
Home for the summer, back on Sunday for the rest of my stuff, back for good in August. When did you write this note?
When I left in June.
Well, if you left in June, were you intending to come back?
At that point, I was, because I had not yet talked to my lawyer.
You see, Miss Zemlicka, if you were moving out for cause and you wrote her a note and say, I no longer consider it safe here, please try to get a new roommate in June or in May, because a lot of these things happened in May, I would say to the plaintiff, listen, you have an obligation to mitigate your damages. In June, the possibility exists for her to still get another roommate. But if she's holding off because you've assured her that you're coming back in August, that's unreasonable. You were fooling her, right? You're her father?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Sure. You were fooling her. You were saying, I don't know what... You can move over. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I want an opportunity to speak to my lawyer, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Now, when did you finally tell her that you were not going to move back?
I sent notice.
When?
June 23rd, 2004. I have a copy of the letter right here.
Let me have it. Where's the notification that you sent to the plaintiff?
I did not send notification to the plaintiff.
Why not? June 23rd, you sent notification to the Capitol Center Apartments.
Because
why didn't you send her notice?
I did not send her notification because things had deteriorated so rapidly and so far at that point that I did not feel safe talking to her anymore. I had received...
Nobody asked you to talk to her. What you have to do is send her a notice. And you never did.
I did not. However, my parents were in contact with her parents and did inform her mother that I would not be moving back in.
How do I know that? That's hearsay.
No, Judge, I talked to her mother. I'm Jennifer's father, and I did talk to her mother and said it's no longer capable of being resolved. Kaylin doesn't want to talk to Jennifer. Jennifer does not feel safe there. So there's nothing that can be done except to move out.
Your Honor, my hearsay was that he had talked to my 18-year-old brother and that my mom actually talked to...
Just a second. They did the wrong thing. You may have done the wrong thing by having these people over that she didn't want over her home when she's not there. You understand that. Mm-hmm. But you have absolutely no right to first send her a letter indicating that you were coming back in August, despite the fact that there had been problems, so you were tricking her. Then you went to see a lawyer. Your lawyer gave you whatever advice the lawyer gave you. As a result of that, you did have the good sense to send a notice to the apartment complex. Did you get an answer from the apartment complex?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Let me see the answer.
They did not contact me in writing. They contacted me through a voicemail.
No. That's hearsay. Because if they were going to let you out of the lease so that she was no longer responsible under the terms of that lease, it would have been in writing. And you did not get that. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Kaylin Zillmer says ex-roommate Jennifer Zemlicka owes for breaking their apartment lease. Jennifer says it wasn't a safe place to live.
Your Honor, I was also sent a letter by Kaylin Zillmer claiming that she was responsible for the lease and for the rent because she was still living there. And I received in July.
That would be
Just
my
a
half
second.
of the rent.
Of course she's still responsible because she's still living there. That doesn't mean you're not responsible. You wouldn't be responsible if you did the right thing. You did the wrong thing.
I believed I needed to move out to protect my own personal safety.
I don't disagree with you. Not your own personal safety. It had become uncomfortable for you to live there. Put your hand down. It had become uncomfortable for you to live there, and you have an absolute right not to live someplace where you're uncomfortable. You don't have the right to trick her, which you did. You tricked her into thinking that you were coming back at a time when this is, I assume, a college town where people look for apartments up until the end of the school year. You led her to believe that you were, in fact, coming back in August. She did not seek another roommate. You notified the apartment complex of your intention not to come back, but you never notified her. You could have just as soon sent her a copy of the letter. Then you would have put her on notice. Then I would have said, now, listen, you have the obligation to mitigate your damages starting in June. You may not be able to find a roommate right away. Maybe she's only liable for 6 months' rent or 3 months' rent until you find a roommate.
And Your Honor,
but you didn't do the right thing. You can't just walk out. Now, who's living in the apartment?
I am, Your Honor.
Who else?
Just me.
What efforts have you made since you were notified that she was not intending to come back to try to find another roommate?
I have been to different websites. I have left up flyers around campus. I have a website to roommates.com, so I have made efforts to cover her half of the rent.
Just a second. And what's the rent on the apartment?
It's $940 a month.
When were you notified that she was not going to move back to the apartment?
In August.
Are you telling me that you didn't know until August that she wasn't coming back? Is that what you're telling me?
That's right.
Okay. Where do you live?
I live, well, Kelly Zillmer. I live down the road from Kaylin.
Who do you live with?
I live with 4 other girls.
When did you sign your lease on that place?
Well, we signed the lease in December for the upcoming year starting in August. So our lease started August 15th and runs till August 14th next year.
And if you could find another roommate at your house, you could move in with your sister. Is that right?
Well, there's not many people looking for roommates anymore since college started.
Well, people come in January, do they not?
Yeah.
Sure they do. So we have September, October, November, December, January. That's 5 months, right? She's got to pay you for 5 months. You did not give her adequate notice. You gave her, as a matter of fact, no notice whatsoever of your intention to move. It was only through a third party that she found out that you did not intend to come back. You cannot do that. She's obligated to pay for the rent, and she's the one who's suffering for it because you evidently found another place to live. You're paying nothing, and she's paying for both of you. That's unreasonable. You have a right to move out of the apartment if you feel unsafe. You also have an obligation to give her notice of your intention and not to trick her, which you did. You tricked her, and you can't do that. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $2,350. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It was concern for my personal safety and also concern with the irresponsible acts that were going on, that they might negatively impact my teaching career and my future in the teaching profession.
I am not a big drinker. I do not keep drinks in the house. I have never used drugs. So I don't really know where this all stemmed from.
Some people just aren't compatible when it comes to living together.
I'm just real happy it's over.
27-year-old babysitter Jenny Zanquist is suing her former friend, 26-year-old baker Erica Perez, for unpaid babysitting fees. Erica says the state denied her financial aid. She is countersuing for harassment.
Come to order, all rise.
Yes, case number 329 on the calendar in the matter of Zanquist versus Perez. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Ms. Zanquist, Ms. Perez and you were friends at one time. Yes. And you agreed to babysit for her children while she was working.
Yes.
According to you, the arrangement was you were going to get paid, and then you would fill out some paperwork because she was entitled to child care from the state. And then you would accept the money that she got from the state for babysitting. Was that your agreement?
No, we had agreement, and when I first began babysitting, that when she receives her income tax, she will pay me. So I will watch them for $45 a day for 3 days a week, and that she will pay me when she gets her money from income tax.
When did you start to babysit for her?
in the month of December of last year.
And how many children do you have?
3, ma'am.
What kind of work were you doing in December of 2003?
I'm working at Dunkin' Donuts still. Same job I've been working at for 3 years.
So you were working for Dunkin' Donuts. Mm-hmm. And how much were you earning there?
$7.10 an hour, ma'am.
You get paid every week or every 2 weeks?
Weekly.
How much is your net check every week?
Like $140.
Do you get any public assistance for the children in addition to the $140?
Yes, I receive food stamps from the state.
What other money do you get?
That's child support for my son.
How much do you get in child support?
$93, ma'am.
A what?
A week.
How old are your children?
My oldest is 11, my middle one is 7, and my smallest one is 2.
Okay. And what do you do for a living, Miss A?
I'm a student.
Full-time student? Were you a full-time?
No, part-time. Of course, I didn't register for school because I was depending on the income I was supposedly earning from watching the kids.
Is what you're telling me that you don't do anything right now? It's not an answer.
Put it like that. I do have a disability, so I don't do too much, but I am focusing on school.
When you start, you'll focus. Right now, you're not focusing.
When I start and I don't have to worry about trying to find a job, right?
Miss Sanquist, how long had you and Miss Perez been friends?
We've been friends on and off for 10 years.
Is she telling me the truth when she says she works at Dunkin' Donuts?
Yes, she is telling you the truth.
And she, I believe, is telling me the truth when she says she earns $7 an hour.
Yes.
And that her take-home pay is $140 a week.
Yes.
And how many days a week were you supposed to watch her children?
3 days a week. That's when she works.
3 days a week. So you expected her to pay you $135 a week.
Yes, I did.
Which means she would go to work for Dunkin' Donuts for $5 a week.
If I can...
No, just a second. I'm doing the math. The math is simple. She comes home with $140 a week, and she was supposed to pay you $135 a week for taking care of her children. That's the math.
That's the math. Can I comment?
Sure.
Erica's working, like she said, 3 years there, part-time. She works there because it's mandatory from the state in order for her to get medical and food stamps benefits. She doesn't have expenses. She doesn't pay rent. Her father owns the house she lives in. She doesn't have any bills. We had an agreement, and she has the funds to pay for it. She has boyfriends that have money that support her too. She has the money to make the agreement, and that's what happened.
Sanquist, Ms. Perez says that she was going to apply to the state, which does provide child care expenses for people who have low income, and that you did, in fact, fill out the paperwork.
Yes.
When did you fill out the paperwork?
We started the process around April or May.
When?
Your Honor, we started in July. I got papers.
July of what year?
Of 2004.
Well, she was babysitting for you from December until July.
Jessica's been babysitting my son, Your Honor, now all 3 kids. My son only since May of 2004.
Really?
Yes. I would never agree on paying a babysitter $135 a week when I only make a little chunk change.
Sounds
was
ridiculous.
never an agreement. No
Sounds
agreement.
ridiculous. Can I see the paperwork that you started to fill out?
And it's not my signature either. She forged my signature in it too, Your Honor. That's when it started, Your Honor.
Did you fill out these papers?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I say another thing, Your Honor?
Shh. Which child do you receive support for?
Cyrus, my son.
And Emily?
Emily and Melanie, I don't receive nothing for.
Well, they told you that in order for you to receive money, you have to at least apply for child support from the father of the other 2 children. Otherwise, they're not going to give you money through this program, Care for Kids.
He's in jail for murder.
Is that Emily's father?
No, that's Melanie's dad.
That's Melanie's father. What about Emily's father?
Emily's dad, child support's looking for him right now. He got issues in court.
And a warrant for
his
his
arrest.
arrest.
He got a warrant out for his arrest.
For domestic violence.
Okay.
How you know?
Okay. No. How much money, if any, Ms. Perez, did you receive from Care for Kids?
I don't receive no money from Care for Kids, ma'am.
Did you ever receive any
None.
money?
It goes under her name. The check comes under Jessica's name.
How much money, if any, did you receive from them?
Zero. Nothing.
Zero. Well, why?
Can I comment?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't receive anything from Care for Kids because every time we applied, we were denied. Well, every time she applied, she was denied because of lack of information that she was supposed to provide, because of missing deadlines. They have deadlines. You miss it, they deny you. She was adamant about saying no, that we didn't start in January, February, March. In April and May, in the process of Care for Kids, we did start. The person I spoke to at 5/11/04 at 11:40 a.m. was Ingrid, and I have a list of names of people that I've been in contact with from this company.
All I have here, listen to me, all I have here is notification from the state that the application was received on July 9th, 2004. I don't have anything else. Listen to me. Do you have any proof that an application was submitted before that?
No, but I requested information, and they said they wouldn't give it to me, they will give it to her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Jenny Zenquist says former friend Erica Perez owes for babysitting fees. Erica says Jenny incorrectly filled out the application for state aid.
Listen to me, madam. I do not believe you that you had an agreement with her to pay you $135 a week when all she earns is $140 a week. That just doesn't make sense. Nobody in their right mind is going to work for $5 a week and pay you $135 a week. What makes sense is that the two of you agreed that you would apply for this program and you would get the money from this program. She would turn it over to you and she would work. And the papers weren't filled out right, and then you had a fight. You had a fight because you had a fight over somebody's ex-boyfriend. I don't know whose ex-boyfriend. Whose was it?
Your Honor, she fought my sister in front of all the kids.
So you had a fight with her sister, and therefore all bets were off. That's what she says, that you had a fight with her sister over somebody's ex-boyfriend, a story that, believe me, at this hour, I am totally disinterested in. I am totally disinterested in the story of the fight that you had with her sister. As far as I'm concerned, when two ladies... What are you looking at me? It's such a ridiculous look on your face. I'm disinterested when ladies fight with each other. I think it's very unseemly. The only thing that I have to determine is whether I believe she made an arrangement to pay you her entire salary check. And I don't believe she did, so your case is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused when they step out.
Jessica's being now used to go out with my sister 5 years ago, so she got a grudge against my sister.
As far as the fight being over my boyfriend, it wasn't even about that.
She got him now. She's so insecure. She should be happy she got him now, though.
The guy has my name, Jessica, tattooed on his neck.
They make a perfect team together, both of them.
Show me the money.
She got what she deserves. She's crazy. She's crazy. Everybody in Bridgeport knows she's crazy. She crazy.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Donahue versus Heinig, step forward, please.
21-year-old fitness consultant Megan Donahue is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old construction worker Brian Heinig, and his mother, Ann, for the return of a bedroom set and entertainment system.
Ms. Donahue, this used to be your boyfriend, is that right?
Yes.
You have a child with him?
Yes, I do.
How old is that child?
9 months.
Boy or girl?
Boy.
And for a period of time, you lived in Mr. Heinig's home with his mother?
Yes.
It is your claim that there was some sort of an altercation. You left, and Mr. Heinig refuses to give you back 2 items of furniture that you purchased that belonged to you. Mr. Heinig says that the bed he paid for and that the home theater was given to him. He doesn't say by whom. When did you move out?
April 9th.
And you moved out with your son?
Yes, I did.
Where did you move to?
My house, my parents' house.
When did you go back for your furniture?
April 9th is the last time I've ever been at their house.
When did you tell them you wanted the bed and the home entertainment center?
April 9th.
Okay. Now, what?
Well, I was there. My son was not there when she came back with her sister, and she did want the bed. She made no mention of an entertainment center. She was very emphatic about the bed.
How old is your son?
My
I'm
son?
24, ma'am.
He's 24. Is he your youngest?
No.
Let him talk for himself. Let's deal with the entertainment center first, Mr. Heinig. Who bought it?
We had both bought it.
Who paid for it?
We had both paid for it.
How much did you pay for it?
I'd say $180 at least.
Yeah, I have receipts for everything I paid for and an itemized list of everything that I wanted back. And he did pay, when I was on maternity leave, he did pay part of the bed.
Okay.
And I did pay him back, and there's a council check in here proving that I paid him back. Yeah, that's all for the bed and everything.
Why did she give you a check in March of 2004 for $600?
I never received a check for $600 in March. We weren't even talking together in March.
Yes, we were. I didn't move out till April 9th.
I never received a check
Would you show him this, please?
$600. Oh, this is for the side work I was doing for her dad at the gym when I was rebuilding the gym.
Okay, so that's for work that you did for her father.
Yeah, when they own a gym. And there
Okay.
should be another check somewhere for $350 that they had also paid me.
No.
Okay. Now, you say you paid her about $180, sir?
Well, that was for the TV.
How much was the television?
Maybe $240, I don't know, something around there. It was like a 27-inch TV.
Okay.
It wasn't that.
And how much did you pay her towards the bed, which was...
I got $650 towards the bed.
Let us say that everything that you say is true, Mr. Heinig, that you did pay for some part of both the entertainment center as well as the bed. That doesn't mean that you get to keep both.
Understandable.
So how do you want to deal with it?
You know, I don't feel that, you know, I mean, like I said...
No, I don't know because you're not saying anything. You just
well, I mean,
comfort.
I don't know, I understand how she justifies that she asked for the entertainment center when the only thing she's ever wanted was the bed.
She's just... Women change their mind.
I'll give her the money for the bed, you know, but I mean, I think that that's the only thing I should give her the money for.
And the television, the entertainment
I'll give her
center?
I'll give her the television. She could have it.
Oh, great. So the entertainment center is to be returned to her within 5 days from
Sure.
today's date. You keep the bed, sir. You're going to pay her $750 for the bed. That's all. Judgment for the plaintiff, $750 and the entertainment center within 5 days. Thank you.
His mother can't cut the umbilical cord from her son, and every time I try to solve something with him, she gets involved again.
All I'm interfering with is the fact that I want to see my grandson, which she is denying of me.
When we were trying to work things out, she'd call him about a dozen times when he'd be at my house. Where are you? You need to tell me where you're at all times. Like, she's crazy.
She always takes the blame off of her and puts it on everybody else, and I can accept that.
Actually, he tried to choke me with this purse.
I don't know. Kicking me in the back of the car when our baby's in the car is a little crazy.
You know, he hasn't paid me any child support, even called to see how his son is in the last 2 months, so.
I can't deal with crazy people.
18-year-old warehouse worker Kim Denning and her mother Kathy are suing Kim's cousin, propeller engineer Alan DeVellin, for the return of a computer and for unauthorized charges on a credit card.
All rise.
Yes, this is case number 295 on the calendar, the matter of Denning versus DeVellin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mrs. Denning, this is your daughter, is that right?
Yes, she is.
One face. You don't see it. It's like looking in a mirror.
She's much prettier.
She's younger. That's all. That's all. Just younger. She's lucky if she's your age and she turns out as nice looking as you are. Anyway, this is your daughter and this is your nephew.
Yes.
And it is your claim that your nephew took advantage of your daughter, sold a computer that you had given her, used a credit card. Your daughter's 18, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I haven't heard what she has to say about it, but your nephew, who has had some history, according to you, with the law and had been incarcerated for 9 years?
No.
How long?
7.
7 years. He's back to his old tricks and really took property that didn't belong to him and used a credit card without permission. He says that your daughter had some trouble. She needed some money. She sold him the computer. He sold it to somebody else.
Yes.
And he did use her credit card, gave her the money for the things that he used, and he has done absolutely nothing wrong. Now, Kim, there came a time when you left your mother's home, is that right?
Yes.
When was that?
June 30th.
June of 2004.
Yes.
Where did you go?
I was going to pick up my cousin to have him go with me to Texas.
You were going to Texas. Where did you live?
At that time, I was with my grandma.
How long were you been with your grandmother?
A couple weeks.
How come?
I just wanted to live with my grandma.
Had you had an argument with your mother?
I just didn't want to have her curfew anymore.
इधर उधर ना भटक करके
Did you have an argument with your mother?
मन को
Yes.
Huh. Now you
शांत
picked up your
चित्त
cousin and
रखे
he was taking you to Texas. Or you were driving to Texas to
सत्संग
see
की
your
बहती
boyfriend.
गंगा में गोते
Why were
लगाओ
you taking your cousin with you?
गुरुदेव महाराज के चरणों में
So far correct?
नमन करो,
Now, what credit card
क्योंकि
bills, Kim, do you say
सत्संग से
now
कल्याण
racked
होता
up on
है,
your credit cards that he didn't pay
सत्संग से प्रभु की प्राप्ति होती है,
I allowed him to use my Sears credit card
सत्संग से
once, and I gave him the card
प्रभु दर्शन
and he never
होता
to
है।
make the payments, and he never made a payment on that.
What was he supposed to buy on the Sears credit card?
सत्संग की गंगा बहती है, गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में,
I've been paying payments to my aunt and my cousin.
गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में, ओ गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में। आओ प्यारे प्रेमियों, गुरु महाराज की भक्ति में लीन होकर के पवित्र पावन सत्संग की बहती गंगा में गोते लगाते हैं, डुबकी लगाते हैं। सत्संग की गंगा बहती है, गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में।
सत्संग की गंगा बहती है, गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में।
वो फल मिलता है सब तीर्थ का, गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में। सत्संग की गंगा बहती है, गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में।
सत्संग की गंगा बहती है,
जय जय श्री गुरुदेव महाराज की जय हो। हे गुरुदेव प्रणाम आपके चरणों में, लेकिन मैं कहता हूँ प्रभु, मैं जन्म जन्म तक भटका हूँ, तब शरण आपकी आया हूँ।
मैं जन्म जन्म से भटका हूँ, तब शरण आपकी आया हूँ।
मैं जन्म जन्म तक भटका हूँ, तब शरण आपकी आया हूँ। इन भूले भटके जीवों का, इन भूले भटके जीवों का कल्याण तुम्हारे चरणों में। दुखियों के दुख को मिटाते हो और देव दिव्य पर खाते हो।
दुखियों के दुख को मिटाते हो और देव दिव्य पर खाते हो।
दुखियों के दुख को मिटाते हो और देव दिव्य पर खाते हो। सब आवागमन मिटाते हो, सब आवागमन मिटाते हो। है मोक्ष तुम्हारे चरणों में। सत्संग की गंगा बहती है, गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चाहता हूँ तुम सामने हो मेरे और मेरा दम ही निकल जाए। प्रभु एक बार जो दर्शन पाता है बस आपका ही हो जाता है।
एक बार जो दर्शन पाता है
मेरे गुरु जी
आपका ही हो जाता है।
एक बार जो दर्शन पाता है वो आपका ही हो जाता है। क्या गुप्त तुम्हारी प्रीति है, क्या गुप्त तुम्हारी प्रीति है धन्य तुम्हारे चरणों में सत्संग की गंगा बहती है। गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में सत्संग की गंगा बहती है। गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में
सत्संग की गंगा बहती है। गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में सत्संग की गंगा बहती है। गुरुदेव तुम्हारे चरणों में।
Anything with family, you know.
And now the next case. And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Raley versus Pontice. Step forward, please.
Railroad conductor Joseph Raley is suing his niece, 19-year-old student Katie Pontius, for loans to pay credit card bills and for the cost of bus tickets. Joseph says Katie is headed down the wrong path.
Mrs. Raley, I'd like you to stand up with your husband. This is your niece. Is this your sister's child or your brother's child?
My sister's child.
And according to what I read, you were very fond of her, probably still are, and you claim you made a series of loans to her, one to take a bus trip, a vacation, and then after the trip she came back to live with you and you gave her a credit card to use, and you claim with the understanding that she would make the payments on the credit card, somehow pay you back for both the trip and the credit cards. Things didn't work out in your home with her. She didn't obey the rules. You told her to leave, and you want your money.
Yes, ma'am.
And your niece says that you were a wonderful aunt and uncle to her. You were almost like parents, and you did give her money for this bus trip, and you did give her a credit card, and she used them, but there was never any understanding that she would have to pay you back. Right?
Yes.
Do you have children?
No, ma'am.
Tell me about the first loan that you claim you made to her.
Well, my niece Katie, she had a troubled childhood, and when she turned 18, she wanted to leave home. She asked for my help, and I'd end up financing 6 bus trips for her.
Was your sister, her mother, in agreement that she leave home?
She was supportive.
Are there other children in the home?
She has 2 sisters,
Younger or older?
both younger.
What about your younger siblings? Are they still home?
My sister Roxanne, she's there. My son Matthew, who's 5 months old, and my sister Amber, who's 18.
Where did you get a 5-month-old son, Katie?
Got pregnant when I went to Utah.
That wasn't so smart.
Wasn't planned. It happened.
Got to be more careful.
Yeah, I have one on the way.
That's not being too smart.
I know.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Joseph Raley says his niece, Katie Pontius, owes almost $5,000 in loans. Joseph says Katie is a 19-year-old single mother with another child on the way.
You ever hear of birth control?
Yeah, I'm on it. I was on it. My doctor thinks I'm just immune to it or something.
Then maybe you'll be one of those unfortunate people who just have to try abstinence. If that's the case. I'd never heard of somebody who was just immune to the ingredients in birth control, but you have to take them orally in your mouth.
I did.
Doesn't work anyplace else. Who's taking care of your 5-month-old baby?
I normally do.
Are you living back at home?
No, I've moved out. I'm living with my boyfriend right now.
And you and your boyfriend take care of the 5-month-old baby?
He is going to be coming to live with me.
So right now he's with your mother?
Yes, and my 2 sisters. She's trying to take custody of my son because I'm a college student and she thinks I can't financially support him. And so she's threatening to take him away. So I'm letting him stay with her right now at this point in time. I'm not signing over any rights. She thinks I am. But I'm getting my own place really soon here, and then I'm going to take him back.
But in the meantime, you're going to have another blessed event.
Yes.
What do you want from her?
Outside of this financial settlement, I want her to pay this bill.
From what?
From what?
From
well,
what?
when it started out,
She can't get herself arrested. She can only get herself pregnant.
she's got that part down.
She's got that part down pat. You're absolutely right. So you want her to pay for the bus trips that you financed?
Yes.
And after you financed the bus trips, when did she come to live with you?
She moved in with us October 7th, 2003.
And when did she leave?
She left approximately November 14, 5 weeks. She was with us for 5 weeks, went through 5 jobs.
And now we're a year and some months later. So what brings you to court now?
Well, there was a current event in August of 2004. She's going to school. She needed clothing. Most of it's clothing. Her mother said she'd back her up. When she got her Pell Grant, October 1st, 2004, she was supposed to have paid for that portion of the bill. The Pell Grant came and went, and I never got paid. So that was it.
So her mother guaranteed payment.
She said she'd back it up, and...
Her mother, is
yes.
what you're telling you, her mother guaranteed payment.
Yes.
I received my financial aid in October, but I didn't receive all of it. I'm waiting to receive the other portion of it. I had to buy my son diapers and food, and I had some bills to pay to my parents because my parents need the money more than my Uncle Joe does. They are well set on money.
That's not your business. How well heeled they are has nothing to do with you. They are not responsible for you. They are not responsible for your mistakes. They are not responsible for your clothes. The fact that they choose to keep advancing money to you is their error. But you can't make a judgment. Who are you to say that they have enough money, I don't have to pay them back? That if you want to pursue the matter of a loan, you pursue it with your sister. I don't think that you continue to give this young lady money up until a couple of months ago, understanding the circumstances of her life. That is, she has a child. She has a child that she cannot care for, who's being cared for by your sister. She's going to have another one with yet another father. She's all over the place, and yet you continue to advance her money. And it is my belief that you advanced her money not with the expectation that she was going to pay you back, but with the expectation that if you were going to see any of this money, it was going to come from your sister, not from her. She doesn't have enough money to keep herself or her child in diapers or birth control. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She has either been unable or unwilling to even start making payments to us.
I told her I was staying the night at a friend's house, and a friend was supposed to stay the night at my place.
I can't trust her, and I can't believe her.
So her mom called over to where I was supposed to be at and found out we weren't there. We went to a party.
Basically, she's going to do her own thing.
And so then after that, that's kind of how it all ended.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Ortega versus Gutierrez. Step forward.
Computer technician Netza Ortega is suing his ex-girlfriend, 26-year-old customer service rep Maribel Gutierrez, for unpaid loans to get her hair done and for the return of a promise ring.
Ah, Mr. Ortega. The romance is over. You want your jewelry back, and you want some money that you loaned to the defendant while you were together.
That's correct.
Ms. Gutierrez says you often gave her money. There was never any mention of a payback, and the jewelry you want back were gifts that you made to her, and you're not entitled to them back.
I feel that it's entitled back to me because they were actually a symbol of a relationship.
All right, let's take the simple ones first. The loan. When do you claim, and what year did you make her the loan?
June of this year, and it was to get her hair done, and it was for $50.
What's next,
Okay,
Mr. Ortega?
after that, it was another loan for $50 to get her hair done.
Get over it, Mr.
And then after that, it was another $40, and that was
To get her nails done?
No.
Manicure, pedicure.
No, that was actually
facial,
to get her
leg
diaper.
wax, whatever. Let's get to the jewelry.
Okay, the jewelry was given to her in April.
Did she go shopping with you for the jewelry?
No.
You went by yourself?
I went by myself.
And you went to a store and you picked out what kind of jewelry?
A promise ring. It was a butterfly made of diamonds.
And what else?
And then a month later, after I paid off the ring, I got her a matching pendant that went with it.
How much did you pay for all this?
About $325 total.
$325.
Yes.
So we're not exactly talking the Hope Diamond here.
No.
Is that right? Mr. Ortega?
Yes.
Is this your first girlfriend?
No, it's not.
How many girlfriends have you had?
I've had about 4.
Did you buy them gifts?
I bought them gifts.
And then you broke up with them?
Yes.
Did they give you back the gifts?
No, because I didn't ask them for those because there weren't actual agreements. The promise ring was an agreement that we would stay in a monogamous relationship. And now that it's over, I deserve that. I should get it back.
1 second.
Miss Judy?
Just 1 second. When you gave her the ring, what did you say to her?
I said, this is a promise that we would stay in this relationship.
You made her a promise?
Yes.
That's nice.
And she agreed to take it.
Mr. Ortega.
Yes.
Grow up, sir.
Okay.
You're dying to say something.
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
We made a promise that he would stop drinking, doing drugs, and I accepted the gift if he would stop doing drugs and drinking. He did not. Accidentally, I don't know what happened to the gift. It got lost.
Not true.
Listen to me. You were better off without opening your mouth.
Okay.
You were better off just standing there and looking gorgeous. Mr. Ortega.
Yes.
Get over it. Put a period. Move on.
Okay.
If you want a ring that comes back to you, you buy a diamond.
It was
Now,
diamond.
listen to me. No, not a
were
butterfly.
diamonds.
Not a butterfly, Mr. Ortega. You buy a single diamond and you have it set in a very nice setting, and then you say, I want you to marry me.
I
Will
did.
You, listen to me. I'm speaking.
At one point, though, I
I'm
did.
speaking.
Okay.
Will you marry me? This is an engagement ring.
We were
not
engaged.
a promise ring. I don't care if you were engaged or not. Listen, I've gotten engaged without a ring, too. Once or twice.
Okay.
A ring, the solitaire, Mr. Ortega, not a butterfly.
Actually, it was a princess cut.
Bye, Mr. Ortega.
He was using drugs.
I treated her well.
I have a 2-year-old son. I'm not going to deal with this.
Total lies. I totally respected her and her son.
Didn't want me to talk to my friends.
Not at all. I would let her go out and do her thing with her friends.
We used drugs and not remember anything he would tell me. He was always verbally abusive to me, and I'm not going to take that because I have a 2-year-old son, not from him. So, I mean, I'm not going to deal with that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Dinatelli versus Simonson, step forward, please.
Engineer Jay Dinatelli is suing fellow dog owners, 23-year-old Jessica Simonson and her father, Eric Simonson, for injuries to his hand and legs. Jay says he suffered leash burns when Jessica's pit bull attacked his dogs.
Husband and wife?
Father-daughter.
Father-daughter. Never can tell. It's Hollywood. Whose dog is it?
He was mine.
What kind of dog was he?
Staffordshire Terrier.
That's pit bull.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long did you have him?
2 years.
Where is he now?
I'm assuming he was given to another home after I released him to the SPCA when I had to move and get rid of him.
You had to move from where to where?
From the house I was living in into a different house, which did not allow me to keep him.
So you don't know where he is?
Correct.
How old are you?
23.
What's your father doing here?
He's property owner where the incident happened.
Okay. So you're walking your dogs on a leash.
Yes, Your Honor.
And out from nowhere comes a pit bull.
As you know, I was walking my dogs on the levee, and suddenly my dogs alerted to something in back of me. I turned around, and there's a pit bull just charging towards me from about 150 feet away. It was very aggressive. It ran straight up to my dogs, tail straight in the air, very dominant posture, and quite frankly, I was terrified. I yelled at the dog to go home, paid no attention to me. About a minute later, I saw Miss Simonson emerge. She yelled something at her dog. The dog paid no attention to her. I yelled at her to control your dog, and at that point she strolled towards us, which I found kind of amazing that she wasn't sprinting down the levee. She grabbed for the dog on 2 or 3 different occasions, and every time she reached down to grab her dog, it would scoot away, and in the scuffle, the leashes got wrapped around me, and that's how I got my injuries.
Tell me about your injuries.
The injuries were both to my hand and to both of my legs. They were burn-type injuries produced by the retractable leash. I've got photos of them if you'd like.
I'd like to see them.
I was wearing walking shorts at the time, so both of my legs were bare. The worst injury was the injury to my pinky finger, but they were all pretty bad injuries. It caused me a lot of pain for a week, and the injury to my hand took a full month to heal. I have a permanent scar right now.
Can I see it, please? Step up. I see it right here.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Frightening, scary, but you don't do hand commercials, right?
I'm a professor, so I lecture for a living, but
Right.
no, I don't do hand commercials. You're right.
One of the other things I was interested in is that you indicate that when you made an investigation, you discovered that this was not the first complaint of this dog being out unattended.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Do you have any proof of that,
Yes,
sir?
I do.
When did this incident happen?
January 3rd of 2003, and those complaint reports show that there were 4 formal complaints filed against this dog and this owner within the previous 18 months.
Did you know that there had been prior violations filed, that the dog was out?
No, ma'am, I was not aware
But you
of that.
did.
I was not aware of 4 of them, no.
How many were you aware of?
2.
2's enough. This dog hurt somebody else in the same kind of circumstances. White pit bull jumped the fence this morning. The complainant fell back and injured back trying to keep the dogs apart.
I was in LA at the time.
Who cares where you were? All right, I'll hear you.
My version of what happened was I let my dog out to go to the bathroom. What do
you mean you let your dog out to go to the bathroom?
I opened the sliding glass door to let him out into the backyard.
How many violations had you had at that time? 2, according to you?
That I'm aware of, yes.
I don't care what your version is. You just answered your own question. You just resolved this lawsuit. This lawsuit says that you were negligent, careless, and as a result of that, he was injured. Don't you get it? You knew you had a dog that twice caused other people to call and register complaints, and instead of putting your pants on and putting the dog on a leash, you opened the door and let him out.
I was out there with him.
Who cares? Do you get it, Mr. Simonson?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Good, I'm glad you both get it.
However, I disagree that the dog is potentially vicious. This dog is
I don't care what you believe. The dog caused injury to him. Don't be a fool. The dog was not within the control of his owner.
I agree with that, Your Honor.
Perfect. I don't know whether or not your injuries are worth $5,000, which is what you're suing for, but their stupidity is worth $5,000. And the lesson to be learned is worth $5,000, that when you have a dog that is capable of causing serious physical injury or death, you don't open the door and let the dog out to go to the bathroom alone. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I did agree that it was my fault that the dog got out, but I didn't feel that his damages were worth $5,000.
The dog assumed a dominant, aggressive stance.
He was a 2-year-old puppy just trying to go play with a guy and his dogs.
The incident that I reported was consistent with the other incidents that were on file with animal control.
I didn't feel that he was aggressive at all.
It didn't have to happen. That dog had terrorized that neighborhood for 18 months.
This dog had never bit anyone, had never been in a dog fight.
This is not an animal that is appropriate for residential neighborhoods, as far as I'm concerned.
It's all an unfortunate situation. I don't even have the dog anymore, and that's upsetting to me just to begin with.
And now the next case.
Janal
up to you to say, well, you were going to pay for college and you're not going to pay for college now, therefore you should pay for this or a car or a down payment on a condo or anything else. You don't set the rules of a loan. They've been set. Why they would put themselves in a hole for this ridiculous surgery you wanted to have, I have no clue. However, it must have been important enough to you, and your mother maybe felt as if it would help you with your self-esteem.
I was born with...
What?
I had absolutely nothing. It was very important to me.
Listen to me. Fine. What should be important to you is making sure that this grows. This eventually will make you happy. This expanding. This will make you temporarily happy. They have a tendency to grow anyway later when you really don't even want them to grow. Now, we're not talking rocket science here. What we're talking about is you had an agreement with your mother. And the fact that you lost a waitressing job and chose not to go to college but go to beauty school, that's your choice. You're a big girl. You have to take care of your responsibilities. You be responsible. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $4,391. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She's using her looks as a way to get by in the world, and I want her to grow up and be a mature person and be her own person, not according to how she looks.
I think that I should be able to get by on my looks. I have this far.
She just thought that life should be fun.
I'm only, 18. I'm not starting my life now.
She needs to grow up now. It's time to grow up.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McKnight versus McKnight. Step forward, please.
18-year-old student Ashley McKnight is suing her sister, 21-year-old Latoria Tori McKnight, for money loaned to pay her rent. Ashley says Tori was in jail and needed help paying her bills.
What's your first name?
Ashley.
This is your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your first name?
Latoria.
According to your complaint, your sister went to jail. And you agreed that while she was in jail, you would take care of the bills and the rent on her apartment with the agreement that she would pay you back when she got out of jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Your sister in her answer says that you and your boyfriend decided to stay in the apartment and you trashed it, so she's not responsible for anything. What did you go to jail for and when?
I was on probation for a misdemeanor for having a traffic ticket and not paying on it. And see, they put you on probation until you pay the traffic ticket off. So I was on probation for that, and I was late paying on my probation fines. And so my probation officer, she took a warrant out on me October the 8th, but I didn't find out. She done took the warrant out on me until a week later. So then when I went to jail, I stayed 2 weeks.
Which 2 weeks?
After October the 8th, when I found out I had the warrant, that was a week, and after that week was up, I stayed in jail 2 weeks, and I came home October the 26th.
Now, did you ask your sister to pay your rent?
See, how it went was, when I went to jail that Friday, I thought I was supposed to be staying just a couple of days. Oh, I thought I was supposed to just been staying a couple of days. I thought I was coming home that Monday. But I ended up staying 2 weeks. And so when I called home, I was like, keep my apartment up for me. And she said, we'll do that, we'll do that. So the whole time I'm thinking, my rent paid. When I come home, I have a place to come home to. Well, that Monday, after that 2 weeks, my probation officer, he was like, you just pay a certain amount of money and you can come home. So I'm like, okay, I'm happy now. I'm coming home now. I done got all hyped up. I'm telling everybody I'm coming home, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. So I called my aunt, and she paid my probation officer to go ahead and pay my ticket off. That way I can come home. So when I came home, I didn't think she was going to be mad about paying my rent when she stayed there 3 weeks.
Well, just a minute. How could she stay there 3 weeks if you told me you were only in jail for 2 weeks?
I was in jail 2 weeks, but the week that I wasn't at home, I didn't stay there. So
where'd you stay?
I stayed in hotels. I stayed at my mama's house.
Oh, don't give me baloney.
Your Honor, I stayed at her house 2 weeks. On the 15th, Tori was in jail, and she called me and asked me, could I pay her rent for her? She told me her rent was $230, and I said, pay your rent? She was like, yeah. She said, you can stay there as long as you promise me you keep my bills up and pay my rent. So I said, okay. So at the time, she talked to a probation officer, and he said if she come up with like $500 cash, then she'll get out of jail. So when she was calling me that time, I had my cell phone. She was calling me on my cell phone. When she called somebody and called me on three-way, asked me, have I asked this person for some money? Have I asked that person for some money?
You and your boyfriend stayed in her apartment?
Yeah.
Where had you been staying?
Well, I live with my mother.
So you moved out of your mother's house in with your boyfriend into her apartment?
No. No, it's not like we moved in like that. I live with my mother like he lived at his mama house. But she told me I could stay there at her apartment if I pay all her bills for her. So, I mean...
That's nice. That's not a loan.
No, she told me she would pay me back. She told me her rent was $230. When I talked to her site manager, she told me her rent was $350, and it's a $55 late fee because it was late. So she wanted $405. So then they took out a warrant or something, whatever her site manager did, and I got this paper stating that I had to pay LaToya rent by the 26th, so everything on their premises will be theirs.
I got it. So you paid the $405?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, she came out of jail on October 26th.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the same day you paid the $405?
Yes, ma'am.
And then she told you had to leave?
Yes, ma'am.
So you left?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if she hadn't paid the $405, you would have owed the $405 plus November's rent.
Yes, ma'am. No, she would have been put out. I'm sorry.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, she only stayed in the apartment 2 weeks. Why should you pay your rent for that 2 weeks?
She stayed in my place 3 weeks. I got carpet damage. All them all them bills still coming.
Show me. Proof. Proof.
Well, I couldn't counterclaim, so I didn't.
Show me proof. Show me pictures.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Show me something.
Y'all don't have anything.
Well, that's what you think you were coming here for today. Your answer said that not only did she live there, but she caused all kinds of damage. She trashed your apartment. You came in, the place was a mess. The carpet was stained. The walls were... So for that, you have proof. You take a picture. Everybody's got a camera. What kind of camera do you have?
I don't have a camera.
You have a friend who has a camera.
No, I do not.
What's your name?
Charmaine Greer.
How old are you?
22.
You have any children?
2.
How old are they?
1 and 5 months.
Is she your friend?
Mm-hmm.
How many pictures do you have of your children? A whole bunch?
Yes.
Yes, because you have a what?
Camera.
Good. Right. See? Instead of asking her to come to court today, you should have asked to borrow her camera. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $405. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
If she feel like I owe my sister, then I owe her, but I don't feel like I owe my sister.
I was trying to help out. I mean, I was going to keep her apartment up and everything going on.
My carpet was dirty and I had trash everywhere.
Yeah, it might have been a trash bag in the kitchen, but I mean, trash do be in the kitchen.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Power versus Power. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Mary Power is suing her daughter, administrative assistant Catherine Power, for the cost of a cruise from New York to Canada.
Ms. Power, this is your daughter.
Yes, it is.
And I gather from reading your petition that at this point in your lives you're not happy with each other.
No, we're not.
So this is what the case is about. Your family was planning to go away on a cruise together, so I assume you all got along. You have children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
And they were going on the cruise also?
Yes.
How many of your brothers and sisters were going?
2. 2 sisters.
And Mrs. Power, what you tell me in your petition is that your daughter paid for the cruise, and then the cruise company went bankrupt.
Correct.
And everybody was really disappointed, and according to what you tell me, I read, you made arrangements for a second cruise.
Correct.
And since the refund hadn't come back yet, you paid for the second cruise.
Correct.
And your daughter didn't pay you back when she got the refund.
Correct.
She says that the second cruise was a gift.
Absolutely not.
That's your defense. Is that right?
Yes.
When were you planning to go on this cruise, Miss Power?
The first cruise on Regal Cruises, we were going June 29th of 2003.
And where were you going?
We were going from New York to Canada.
Kathy, how much did you pay for that cruise for you and your 2 children? Was it 3 people going?
I paid $906, but that wasn't a full total.
When did you pay that money?
Throughout January to May of 2003.
Great. When were you advised, Miss Power, that the cruise was canceled?
I was advised in May of 2003.
And did you rebook another cruise?
Yes, I did.
For the same period of time?
For the same period of time. Just one day earlier, we were going to leave than previously planned.
And was that a more expensive cruise?
A few $100s more.
So what happened? You went on the cruise in June?
We went on the cruise. We had a great time. I got a refund back in February of 2004.
Did you call your daughter and ask her if she had gotten a refund back?
Yes, I was very excited I got my refund, but she didn't seem to be as excited. And she just called me up a few days later, and she said to me, now she didn't say she got her check back. She said that when she gets her check back, she'd like to use it to go to Florida on another vacation. And I said, absolutely no. I want my money back.
And she said?
And she said that no, she wasn't giving it back to me.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Her daughter, Catherine Power, owes for a cruise from New York to Canada. Catherine says she's a struggling single mom, and the cruise was a gift.
Give me your version of the events that led to your belief that this was a gift to you.
The first cruise that we had purchased, actually my mom called me and said, would you like to go on a cruise, and I'll help pay for it. And then she ended up paying for my sister Karen's part, but didn't help me. So I was still paying for it because I wanted to go. So I just went on about my time and got a phone call when I was at work, and she said, I purchased a new cruise. So I was like, well, Mom, I don't have money. And nothing came up about the refund check. I don't have the money to pay for it. She goes, don't worry, it's a gift. So that's how I took it as.
Kathy,
but
your mother never said to you, don't worry, it's a gift.
She said, don't worry.
I know that she didn't say, don't worry, it's a gift. And you know she didn't say, don't worry, it's a gift. Right?
Right, but she did say, don't worry. She didn't say it was a gift, but she said not to worry.
Right. She didn't say it was a gift. How did I know that?
Because people don't say that.
Sure.
They just...
Because if it doesn't sound right, it's not true. Yeah. So tell me what happened, Miss Power, when you got back your refund from the cruise line in February.
She said she paid for the cruise and that I was supposed to pay her back. And that was not my point of it. It was...
Well, was your point of it? Was your point of it that...
She bought a trip for the family. It was the last family trip. She felt that everyone should go on it because my father was sick and she wanted us all together. That's what it was.
Then, Kathy, would you explain to me, if that's your rationalization for keeping the money, why is it that you testified earlier that from February until May, you were paying the travel agent, and you paid the travel agent $906 if your mother had already said to you, I want to take the family away on a trip? And what I think happened that really annoyed you is that your mother, according to you, chose to pay for one of your sisters to go and didn't choose to pay for you. Because you've already mentioned that once, and that, I would say, might fry you a little bit. But let me understand why your mother decided to pay for one sister and not you. You want to explain that to me?
Yes. When my daughter, Kathy, had my grandson, she had to take some leave off from work. She was on maternity leave. And during that time, my husband, Bill, and I helped her with her rent and her car payments to keep her going. And I did ask her at that time to pay me back, but she did not.
Okay, just a second. So, did your parents help you?
They came up to the house when I had Liam and watched Emerald, my daughter, and then she helped me with diapers and stuff.
$1,306 is what you intended to pay. Is that right?
Correct.
Mrs. Powell, even if you decided to go on a little bit more expensive cruise, I assume you would be perfectly happy if you got $1,306 back from your daughter. If she said to you, listen, I don't have the extra money, but here's the $1,306 that I was intending to pay for the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give that back to you.
I would have been happy.
And that would have been right, Kathy.
No.
That would have been right, Kathy.
Nope.
Listen to me. You have to stop relying on other people to take care of the problems that you create. You create certain problems. You created a lifestyle for yourself. And it seems to me from listening to your mother, who's a pretty rational lady, that you have relied on other people to take care of the problems that you create. And when you listen to me, and when you turn 30, you just told me that. You just told me a moment ago that your parents came to watch your daughter when your son was born.
Correct.
And gave you a little bit of money, a little bit of help. Well, that means relying on other people for problems that you create.
They didn't have to come.
Oh, listen to me. Listen to me. Did you ever hear the expression, beauty fades, dumb is forever? Huh? Mm-hmm. All right. That's all I'm going to say. You owe your mother $1,306. That is the cost of the trip that you had originally said that you were going to take care of. You got a refund for most of it. You should have turned that refund over to your mother by signing over the check to her and saying, thanks for covering the balance. She would have been ecstatic that you did the right thing. You chose to do the wrong thing. And you can't, at your age, do the wrong thing. First of all, it sets a bad example for your children, and that's primarily why you can't do the wrong thing. Because you're supposed to set a perfect example for your children, and then you're not supposed to make your mother come and sue you. Don't say anything. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,306. That's all. Step out.
That is our excuse. You may step out.
I'm very happy with the decision. The only thing is I just feel bad that Kathy and I have no relationship right now. And I'm just hoping that she's going to let me see the kids. That's my grandkids.
My sister might, because she has my nephew, so that will be important. But if I have I have control over my kids, they won't see my mother.
It was very hard, but I needed to get the money back.
She's controlling, and she's been controlling from all of us. I mean, her sons don't even talk to her, so...
She has to be responsible for her actions.
It was a gift. That's what it'll always be, a gift.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Isbell versus Espinoza. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Holly Isbell is suing her former friend, 25-year-old nurse's assistant Michelle Espinoza, for unpaid babysitting fees and miscellaneous expenses. Holly says she cared for Michelle's kids while she was in the hospital.
Ms. Isbell, according to your complaint, the defendant was hospitalized.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were contacted to see if you could fill in while she was hospitalized, which was on an emergency basis, to watch her 5 children.
Yes, ma'am.
You agreed to watch her children, and you want to be reimbursed for babysitting services as well as miscellaneous expenses for the children while they were in your care.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Espinoza says the two of you were friends. You used to watch each other's children all the time. You filled in for each other. There was never an agreement to pay you for babysitting services, and she doesn't owe you anything. In addition to the babysitting services, it is your claim that the defendant also has embarked on various acts of harassment, and you
Yes,
want to
ma'am.
be compensated for that. How long have the two of you been friends?
Probably for about a year and a half, almost to 2 years.
And you have children?
Yes, I do. I have 3.
How old are your children?
Mine are 12, 6, and 4.
And how old are Miss Espinoza's children?
6, 3, almost 2. She has 2 twins. And then the baby is almost 8 months.
And were there times when the two of you exchanged babysitting services?
I remember one time that she's watched my children, yes.
And was there any payment?
No, there wasn't.
Any other times that you watched her children?
There was payment, yes, ma'am.
Now, when did you go into the hospital?
On the 21st of April.
For what?
For kidney stones.
When did you receive a call, Miss Isbell, that there was need for your service?
I received a call from one of her friends on March 21st. She said that Michelle told her to call me because she needed somebody to watch the kids for a couple of days, that she was going to go in the hospital. And I called the hospital, and they said that she had already been admitted. So they gave me her room number, and she was in pain. She said that they were already giving her pain medicine, and that her fever was really high, and that they didn't know what was really wrong with her at the time, and that it was only going to be for a couple of days. I agreed to watch them for a couple of days.
Fine.
And in that agreement, I said the same arrangement goes as prior. And she
No,
agreed.
Miss Isbell, I don't think you said that to her. I think you're a nice lady, and I think that if somebody is saying to you, I'm in the hospital and I have a very high fever and I'm in a lot of pain, I don't think that a nice lady like you would say, well, I'll take care of the children for a couple of days, but you know it's going to be on the same payment arrangement that we had before. I don't think you would say that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So the children were dropped off at your house, and then what happened?
They were dropped off, and what was brought in was a gallon of milk and a few diapers and about a half of baby formula, about this big. And then when I called her at the hospital, because I didn't know how to reach her boyfriend, I said, look, you know, the kids are running out of diapers again.
When did you call her?
The very next day. And
And?
she said that she was fixing to have tests, and that she would get a hold of her boyfriend, and that she would bring all the stuff that was needed. Well,
Not she.
Not
couldn't-
she, but the boyfriend. Well, He brought over a bag of potato chips, about 7 cans of Cokes, and that was it.
Did you give her any money for the 4 days that she watched the children? Just not for payment, but for the food that they ate. You know, if it cost her an extra $150 for the 4 days,
When
that the
she-
children are with you. Let me finish. If it cost her an extra $150, don't you think that it was your responsibility, your boyfriend's responsibility to see to it that she had what she needed for the children?
When I offered her for money or to bring groceries over there, because I can't just give her my food stamp card because I'd get in trouble.
I'm not asking you to give her your food stamp card. Your boyfriend works. I assume that he works for money, not food stamps. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, how much money did he give her?
None that I know of.
Right. Well, that's not fair.
Yes, ma'am.
Your
When
Honor, I'm the one that packed everything for her kids.
Well, then come up and tell me what you packed.
All
Tell me
right.
your name.
And I called her in the beginning.
Tell me your name.
Jessica Flores.
All right, Miss Flores, what did you bring over for the children?
I packed 4 changes of clothes, 3 sleeping clothes.
I'm not talking about clothes.
Okay.
Let's not talk about clothes.
I
She
gave
didn't
her
buy any
24
clothes.
diapers for the
24
babies.
diapers?
For the baby. And the twins are in diapers. I gave her 50 for the twins.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did the milk, Michelle had the big count of my ounces, but it's not the 12 ounce. It's like a 32 ounce, and it was brand new. It wasn't even opened. I put that in with the Pampers and a gallon of milk because Michelle told me that's all she wanted.
Is that what she brought over to you?
No, ma'am.
What
It
did
was
she bring
not.
over?
She brought over, now the can size is right, but it was half full. And she did not pack 50 diapers for the twins. It was more like 12.
Do you have a receipt for items that you bought for the children during that time?
I do not, because I only paid once to buy just a really cheap pack of diapers for the twins.
So how much did you pay?
Food was $169.41 because I had to replace everything, you know, because they ate a lot.
Okay,
They didn't get to go to
$169.41 for 4 days for 5 children. What else?
She would call and she would leave messages on my phone, and I have one tape.
I'd like to hear it.
Holly, I don't appreciate you going to a missionary or compassion or whatever and using my name to get my children diapers, and when you tell me you paid for them, what kind of Christian person are you? Now, I'm sick of you trying to run around this town and ruin my name or giving me bad trouble. You keep on and you will have trouble yourself, Holly. Now, I'm just a little bit sick and tired of this.
All right, so she's telling you she's angry because you've been saying bad things about her. Go ahead.
But
it's not harassment.
Well, this was because 2 days after, DHS was knocking on my door. And there's another case involving me and my daughter that she knows about. It involves a sexual act that happened to someone, and she knew about it. And
so you think that she called Children's
yes,
Services to report on you?
I really believe that.
Okay, she may have, but you can't prove it. So far, I think that she has to reimburse you for your expenses with regard to taking care of her children, because I think that that's the right thing to do. And I think that there was probably an implied agreement to take care of your children's necessaries. Now, how much do you think is appropriate to reimburse Ms. Isbell for the service that she provided in watching your children for 4 days?
I don't know what she purchased on my children. She went to the Compassion Outreach for diapers that she said she purchased herself.
No, she's not asking for diapers. She's not asking for diapers at all. She spent $169.41. That's what she says she spent
If she
for the
spent
children.
that, why didn't she ask me for groceries when I asked her to go get them?
Oh, I want you to turn around and look at her. Turn around and look at her. Miss Espinoza, I want you to say the following words. Thank you for taking care of my children when I couldn't and my boyfriend couldn't.
Thank you for taking care of my children when I couldn't and my boyfriend couldn't.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $169.41. Thank you.
Why did Judge Judy step out?
Her boyfriend is very abusive to her.
She has so much hate and
She
anger
got a-
against my boyfriend. That's what it is.
got a problem. She's the one who told me, and she showed me bruises before.
We're no longer friends, that's for sure.
I didn't call it on her. I called on her boyfriend.
Probably because he's Mexican. I don't know.
I have nothing against him. I have nothing against her. You know, when you get hurt, no man has a right to whoop up on a woman.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Frederick versus Franks. Step forward.
23-year-old student Pamela Frederick is suing her ex-boyfriend, bartender Christopher Franks, for several unpaid loans. Pamela says Christopher signed an IOU.
Ms. Frederick, it is your claim that the defendant, who lived with you for about a year or so, owed you several $1,000s, that it accumulated over the entire time you were together. You kept very careful track of that money because you are very efficient. And at the time that you and the defendant broke up, he signed an IOU, which he has not honored. Now, Mr. Frank says that all the money that you gave him were in the form of
a gift,
and that he acknowledges he signed this promissory note, but says he was very, very
intoxicated,
and doesn't really know what he was signing. So what evening was it, sir, that you signed this note?
It was a Thursday night.
And you remember it was a Thursday because?
I usually go up to my place of business to watch Friends. It was showing the last the episodes of Friends, so we'd go up there and watch it with some girlfriends of mine.
This is how you gauge your life?
No, well, it was better than staying at home.
So you were going up to watch Friends on Thursday night?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you, in fact, go up to watch this episode of Friends with your friends?
Yes, I did.
What time did you get home?
I want to believe maybe 11:30.
Well, I wasn't there, so you have to tell me.
It was around 11:30.
Did you drive home?
Yes, I did.
When did you start to drink?
Probably around 8 o'clock.
8 p.m. you started to drink. And how far away is the home where you watched Friends with your friends?
It was at my bar that I work at. I probably lived maybe 2 miles away from my apartment.
Were you working that evening?
No, ma'am, I was not.
You were just watching TV and drinking?
Yes, ma'am.
From 8 to 11?
Yes, ma'am.
And at about 11 o'clock or 11:15, you got into your car to drive home?
Yes, ma'am.
Drunk?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's about 2-mile drive?
Exactly.
Is this a country road or city road?
It's city.
With the traffic lights?
Yes, there were.
Just stop at the lights?
I stopped at every single one.
Did you?
Yes.
So you were conscious enough to stop at every single light?
Yes,
Is that
ma'am.
right? And conscious enough to know that you weren't going to go 100 miles an hour?
Exactly.
You didn't hit anybody?
I hope not.
Good. And the car got home in one piece?
Exactly.
And what happened when you got home, Mr. Franks?
I got home to a very upset girlfriend at the time.
Okay, and she was fighting, according to you, she was fighting and kicking and annoying you and whatever,
Yes.
being physical. Then what happened?
I walked upstairs to go to bed, and she would not let me into the other bedroom until I signed this sheet of paper. I had no idea what it was.
Just a minute. Well, what did she say to you?
Said that this is what she has written up for me on the account of how much money I owe her.
Okay, so she told you that?
Exactly.
So that you knew what the paper was?
I had no idea.
Well, you may not have known how much it was, sir, but you knew what it was.
Exactly.
So then you signed the note.
And then I signed the note, and I called one of the girlfriends that I was watching Friends with, and I was going over to her house because I couldn't, she was yelling and kicking and screaming at me.
Okay. So you called another girl to come pick you up?
No, I was going to go over to her place.
Did you do that?
I did. I went halfway over there, and I turned back around and realized that I needed to go back to my apartment.
Why did you decide you wanted to go back home?
Because I didn't want to have to go back tomorrow morning with her being upset with me at the time.
So
I
you-
thought I'd kind of smooth things over if I went back.
So you went back, and what happened?
Things got worse.
Fighting, arguing.
Exactly.
Did you leave again?
No, I didn't. I stayed there. I stuck it out.
Okay. And where did you sleep?
I slept in the bed with her.
Together?
Exactly.
On your side and on her side?
I tried to stay as far on my side.
Okay. But you went to sleep.
Yes, ma'am.
Woke up the next morning?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you do the next morning?
We got in another argument over the sheet of paper.
Well, tell me about the argument, sir.
I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I wadded it up. I was upset because I was
You
intoxicated.
wadded it up?
I wadded my copy up.
Was there a carbon in it? Or
No,
did
ma'am.
you sign two copies?
Apparently it was her copy. I never signed my copy.
So she has the signed copy.
Exactly.
And tell me about the argument.
It was to strengthen our relationship at the time. We were supposed to break up, or not break up, but I was going to move out and get another apartment so we can kind of rebuild on our relationship. That's what I wanted her to believe at the time. I wanted to get out of the relationship. So when I finally found a new apartment, that was it.
Okay. So you just wanted a little breathing time.
Exactly. It was 1 week.
And you wanted her to rip up the thing that you signed the night before.
I didn't really care what she did with that.
Oh, good. Now, may I see it, please?
This is the original one, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Well, Mr. Franks, I've compared your signature on this document, this note, to the signature on your answer. They are the same. The only thing that I have to consider is whether or not, according to your voluntary intoxication, vitiated your consent so that you had no idea what you were doing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's see. You were drinking from 8 to 11 at a bar with friends, watching Friends.
Exactly.
That you got into your car and drove home 2 miles in the city with the cognitive ability to stop at every stoplight, not speeding, not having any problem with your car, and getting home. Having an argument with her, she handing you this note that you knew was a promissory note. And according to you, the only problem that you have with the note is that you did not read it.
Exactly.
But you had the ability to read it, sir. You're a grown-up guy. If you choose to sign a note without reading it, that doesn't vitiate your consent. That just says you were dumb. And then what you did was you decided you didn't want to deal with this at all, so you called a friend, you got into your car after you signed the note, and drove another 5 miles without having an accident, stopping at every stoplight, and then you had the cognitive ability to say, I don't want to have to deal with her when I get home tomorrow morning to get my stuff. I'm going to turn around, cool off, and see if I can go back and make nice, which you did. That all took a thought process, sir. So if what you're suggesting to me was that at the time you signed this note, you were too drunk to understand what it was that you were signing, I don't buy it. We understand each other?
I do.
You may have said, well, I don't want to be bothered with this. I'm just going to sign this note. She's never going to use it anyway. What you said to her was it'll never hold up in court. Unfortunately, sir, you are wrong. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,565. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I feel sorry for the next guy who dates a psycho.
It was horrible, but I'm done with it. I'm happy, actually.
That's a headache done and over with, and I'm not going to have to deal with her again.
It shouldn't have come this far.
Probably be careful on who I date next.
It was nothing against him. It was for my money.
All parties in the matter of Martin versus Martin. Step forward.
26-year-old insurance sales assistant Karen Martin is suing her ex-husband, home improvement salesman Kevin Martin, for stealing her share of a tax refund. Karen claims Kevin forged her signature on the check.
Ms. Martin, the defendant is your former husband. It is your claim that there was a government refund check in the amount of $400 that was issued to both of you. It is your claim that Mr. Martin forged your signature to that check, cashed that check, and you want your $200.
Yes, that is correct.
Mr. Martin says there was no check that he received. He did not forge your name to any check, and he, quite frankly, doesn't know what you're talking about. Okay. So let us assume for a moment that a refund check was sent to Mr. and Mrs. Martin. So your obligation now, Ms. Martin, is to establish that he forged your name to that check.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you.
Okay. I do have a copy of the check where it's signed by him, and that is not my signature.
Okay.
I do have other...
Okay, let me see it.
Okay.
Mr. Martin, the Family Service Center, you familiar with that institution?
Yes, I am.
Tell me about that institution, sir.
It's a credit union that we had, as we were married, had an account there.
Mm-hmm. Are you trying to tell... clearly this check was sent to the two of you, and clearly it was endorsed by two people.
I never knew anything about the check. I never even knew that we were getting some kind of tax credit check.
How did you find out about the check, Miss Martin?
My cousin had received hers, and she had asked me if I got anything on it, and I...
These were the checks that were $400 that were issued to families by President Bush, is that right?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. It was $400 per child, and she had received hers and asked me if I received mine, and I said, no, I didn't. Mm-hmm. And I had called Kevin, asked him about it.
And what did he say?
He said, he had still said, I have no idea what you're talking about. How do you... Actually, he said, how do you know that I... Or how does he know that I didn't forge his signature?
So, Mr. Martin, what I'm asking you is that the conversation you had? How do I know you didn't forge my signature? Right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the answer. The answer is you weren't calling her to complain that you didn't get your $200, right?
I never knew.
Now listen to me.
Okay.
You weren't calling her, Mr. Martin, to complain that you didn't get your $200
No.
because, according to you, you didn't know about it. So, why would she call you to complain? Listen to me. Call you to complain. If she had forged your signature to the check so that she got the entire $400 and you weren't calling her to complain about it, you get my drift, sir?
I understand what you're saying.
Old story. If it doesn't make sense, it's usually not true. And if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. So somebody from your credit union cashed this... I'm speaking! Somebody from your credit union cashed this check with a signature that I have compared with the signature on your answer, and with a signature that I have compared with the signature on Miss Martin's complaint. And while that's not necessarily dispositive of who forged whose signature, the signature on this check, your signature on this check, is eerily similar to your signature on the answer, while her signature on the check is no way similar to her signature on her complaint. So I put those facts together, and you know what I came up with? Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $200. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused and may step out.
She's accused me of...
Court manager Ramona Clark is suing daycare provider Jennifer Morgan for damage to her home and an assault. Jennifer claims Ramona's husband sexually assaulted her 13-year-old cousin.
Yeah, this is case number 300 on the calendar on the matter of Clark versus Morgan. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat.
Ms. Clark, it is your claim that the defendant came to your home. She came with other relatives of hers. She damaged your home and assaulted you. And this was all over an incident that involved your husband, who I see is not present today. Ms. Morgan says she was very angry with your husband because he had sexually abused a cousin of hers. And she did, in fact, come to the house, but she neither damaged the house nor did she assault you. How do you know each other?
My husband and her boyfriend are childhood friends.
When did this sexual assault allegedly take place, Miss Morgan?
In July of 2003.
Where did it allegedly take place?
At my house.
And what was Miss Clark's husband doing at your house?
He was originally at the bar with my ex. She came into the bar, took his keys from him because he was there. He called my house, didn't have anywhere to go, so my ex went and picked him up and let him come spend the night at our house because they were fighting.
And how old is this cousin of yours who was...
13.
Now, I gather that that case has been resolved. Is that right?
He's in jail for it now.
And he pled guilty to assault?
Sexual assault.
Sexual assault? Mm-hmm. How long is your husband incarcerated?
He's incarcerated for another year.
How long has he been incarcerated?
A year. I don't know how that...
Do you have a different...
Yes.
Go ahead.
He took the plea bargain. They gave him, I forget how many years it was, but he has to stay in jail for 10 years because part of his plea bargain was to waive his right to all appeals and modifications.
And this happened July what?
I believe it was around the 26th.
So on the 26th, you were advised by your 13-year-old cousin that this assault had taken place?
Yes.
Who went over to the plaintiff's house?
Me, my sister, her husband, and my ex.
Why did you go over there?
Because we were mad.
That the way you respond?
No, we didn't go over there to do anything to her. In fact, when we arrived to the house, I am the one who knocked on the door, and I asked for her because I felt sorry for her. I really did. I mean, how can you tell somebody your husband just raped my 13-year-old cousin? She came to the door, then he came to the door. When he came to the door, he stepped outside. He was a nervous wreck. He was like this. He knew what we were there for. As soon as he steps outside, my sister's husband went after him. They fought on the sidewalk. She comes outside.
Just a second. That is a mistake. You understand that. That was the wrong thing to happen.
Right, I know that, but I didn't do it. I didn't.
Miss Morgan, listen to me. What did you go there for?
To confront him for my 13-year-old cousin.
All right, Miss Clark, let me hear you. What happened when she arrived there?
When her and her family members arrived, they were beating down the door. My daughter here and
my husband were on their way down the steps to find out what the heck was going on, because it was throughout the neighborhood you could hear them screaming obscenities and everything. Just as Brandy went to open the door, it came open. I mean, they just piled in. In the process of Dion being behind Brandy, she got hurt the worst. They were dragging him out of the house and throwing him everywhere, beating and punching him. And when I came out the house, Jennifer came at me with a broken, rusty rake, and she threw it. She went and shoved it in my stomach, and I fell against steps. And Brandy went after her, and another girl went after her. And
You are amazing.
It was
You are
amazing.
Miss Morgan, say nothing until it's your turn. Do you understand? Look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Go ahead. We were just outnumbered. We just had to just go in the house. My other daughter called the police because it was horrible. It was like a rumble, tumble, everything. And they were.
You have any photographs of your house?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see them, please. Tell me about your injuries.
Well, I didn't really have too many injuries because I just fell into the steps, but my husband was really beat up.
Well, I'm not here to discuss your husband. And while I absolutely abhor what happened that day, and I'm not talking about the night before, I'm talking about that day and Miss Morgan and her family and friends coming to your house, which I think is wholly inappropriate. Uncross your hands. Your husband's injuries are your husband's injuries. My question to you, Miss Clark, is, it is clear to me that Miss Morgan was not alone. This young lady was with her, according to her, as well as two other men. Why didn't you sue them?
I didn't even know who they were, and that lady right there wasn't present.
I wasn't present?
No, she wasn't present.
Okay.
Step up. You were there?
Yeah.
Good. What's your name?
Sarah Weiser.
When you grow up, your top is going to fit your pants so that it all comes together. When you come to court, we don't do that. You're supposed to come to court looking like you're coming to court. You were there that day? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh is not an answer.
Yes.
That's better. What did you go there for?
To confront her husband.
Why? That's what the police are for.
Because he raped our 13-year-old cousin.
That's what the police are for.
And we called the police.
Before you went over or after? It's not an answer.
Same time.
What do you mean the same time? What does that mean, the same time?
We called her mother called the police while we were in pursuit to her house.
What do you do for a living? I'm speaking. What do you do for a living?
I do daycare.
You do what?
Daycare.
For children?
Yes. I have 4 children.
How old are you?
28.
28, 4 children. Do your 4 children all have the same father?
No.
How many different fathers do your 4 children have?
2.
Do any of them live with you?
Any of my children's fathers?
Yes.
Yes.
Which ones?
The one that came to her house.
I thought you said he was your ex.
He is my ex, but we still live together.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Ramona Clark says family acquaintance Jennifer Morgan owes for damage to her home and for an assault. Jennifer says Ramona's husband sexually assaulted her 13-year-old cousin.
Let me explain something to you, Miss Morgan. You had absolutely no right, either with or without Miss Bear Midriff over here, to go to her house that day with either alone or with anybody else. You had no right to terrorize her, and you had no right to terrorize her daughter.
They were not touched. They were not touched.
I said terrorize, you idiot!
This originally started as a criminal case. She filed charges against me. The state dropped them.
Let me tell you something, madam. The state where you reside may decide that whatever actions you did that day were motivated by female testosterone that was running in your blood and by the testosterone of the 2 idiot males that you were with. But in this country, we don't do what you did. Because according to what you told me when you started, this lady came to a bar where her husband was. He was drunk. She took the car keys away so that he wouldn't drive, so that he couldn't hurt himself or hurt somebody else. So she doesn't sound like she is a lunatic. It sounds like she was trying to do the responsible thing. Your ex, genius that he is, said, come and sleep in my house. So brought him back to the house, and somebody wasn't minding the store at your house. Because if you have a drunk man staying in your house, it seems to me you watch him very, very carefully. You certainly don't respond to that kind of action, the kind of action that he committed, by going to his house and terrorizing his family. Idiot. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,500. That's all. Out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
just ashamed of the vicious nature of some people can destroy the lives of others.
I hope it gave her a reason to really want to stick by her husband who's in jail for 10 years.
There was no DNA evidence.
It was 1 in 500 quintillion that it was him.
It's crazy. All kind of stuff going through my head, wondering if the accusations are true.
It was up to us to bust it for what he did, and that's what we did.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Clark versus Muir. Step forward, please.
34-year-old loan officer Diana Clark is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old landscaper Brian Muir, for an unpaid loan for bail. Brian says it wasn't a loan, but rather a very nice gesture.
How old are you, Miss Clark?
34.
Do you work?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a loan officer.
Ever been married?
Yes.
Have any kids?
Yes.
How many?
2.
Do they live with you?
Yes, they do.
You their sole support?
Yes.
You're a nice-looking woman.
Thank you.
Got nice dimples. How old are you?
24.
He's too young for you.
Yeah.
Even when they're 34, they don't know much.
I agree.
But when they're 24, they know less. What do you do for a living?
I'm a landscaper.
Who do you live with?
My daughters,
How old are your daughters?
5 and 6,
Where is their mother?
not around.
For how long?
About a year now.
Who helps you care for your children while you're landscaping?
Their grandmother.
Okay. Miss Clark, according to you, you loaned Mr. Muir $500 for bail because they were going to come and arrest him unless he sort of liquidated some warrants that he had for something that I'm going to find out.
Correct.
And you were dating at the time.
Yes.
He paid you back a little bit?
A little bit.
But he didn't pay you back the whole thing, and then he stopped taking your calls. Mr. Muir says that it was a nice gesture on your part, but not a loan. That's your defense. Is that
Correct,
right?
ma'am.
Why did you need bail, sir?
Well, I had got into some trouble. I had got into a fight in my neighborhood. And the result of it, they put a warrant out for my arrest for 3rd-degree assault and breach of peace. And
Why did they put a warrant out? Did you not go to court when you were supposed to?
not right away, ma'am.
No. Did you expect an engraved invitation this next time?
No.
Did you expect someone to come in your house in a tuxedo, perhaps, and bring you over to jail? You just decided to blow it off.
No, I was waiting until I was financially stable to take care of.
You were waiting until you felt like it.
No, I was waiting until I was financially stable.
Financially stable. And when did you think that was going to be, Mr. Muir?
Well, I had just started a new job, so I planned on doing it as soon as possible.
How did Miss Clark find out there was a warrant outstanding for you?
It was brought up in a conversation that we were having at a friend's house.
And when you told her about the warrant, Mr. Muir, what did you say?
I just said, I have a warrant, and I have to turn myself in.
And she said?
And she said, anytime you want to turn yourself in, I'll be glad to help you out.
How much later did you call and tell her you needed her help?
It wasn't but a few days.
So a few days later you called her or you went to see her and told her, well, I'm ready to turn myself in, I need your help?
Well, I was over a friend's house, and when she came over there, I told her that I was going to turn myself in, and that's when she offered to bail me out, Your Honor.
How did you know that he needed bail money when he turned himself in?
He called me from the bail bondsman's phone.
Really?
Yes.
You forgot about that.
Actually, Your Honor, I did not call her from the bail bondsman's phone. The bail bondsman lives next door to my friend, and I had talked to him beforehand, and I had let him know that if I needed to be bonded out, that I was going to use him.
Go ahead, Miss Clark.
No, he called me from the bail bondsman's phone and said that he was at his home and he was going to be turning himself in. Could I go ahead and bail him out like I had told him I would do?
When did he make his first payments to you?
April 16th.
And when did you bail him out?
April 13th.
And how much did he give you on April 16th?
$50.
When did he make his next payment to you?
April 23rd.
How much?
$40. There was, just so you know, there wasn't a previous amount that I had loaned him also. So that part of what I have written down here was applied to what he owed me previous to that as well.
What did you lend him money for in the past?
He wanted to go back to his hometown to see his friends for his birthday.
Your Honor, if I may, the money that I did pay her back, she had brought me home to see my friends and family. The money that I did pay her back was the money that she loaned me. She never said I had to pay her back for this bail, Your Honor. I paid her back $130. That's what she loaned me when I went to Boston.
$130?
Yes, ma'am.
How much did he pay you all together?
$230.
So you gave her $100 in interest?
No, I only gave her $130.
She says you gave her $230.
I only gave her $130. You're right.
Are you sure about
I'm positive about that.
So that if I find that this was a loan, you owe her $500, not the $370 that she says. Is that right?
That would be correct.
Good. Mr. Meir, did Miss Clark assault anybody?
No, she
No,
harassed.
just a second.
No,
Did she
ma'am.
assault anybody?
No, ma'am.
Did Miss Clark have a warrant issued for her arrest because she blew off letters from the police?
No, ma'am.
Who did? Raise your hand.
I did.
Raise your hand.
Me.
Higher. Raise your hand all the way
I
up.
did.
What makes you think that she should take care of your bail? She's a working woman. She's got 2 children that she supports. Why in the world would she pay for you and you feel no drive to pay her back as quickly as possible?
She has spent abundance of money on me. Abundance. She took me out for my birthday and spent well over $1,000. If that was the case,
foolish.
If that was the
Foolish,
case,
because I want to tell you something. She must see something in you that I don't.
It's the good looks, Your Honor.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Yes, I have.
Mr. Meir, you have 2 children, 2 little children, that you say are in your custody because their mother is off somewhere. That means that the only chance your children have of growing up to be responsible adults is if they have you as a responsible parent.
Correct.
You were foolish enough to hook up with somebody who turned out to be a non-parent and dumb enough at your age to make 2 babies. Now it's your responsibility to grow up and fly right. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $370, because that's all you're suing for. That's all. Out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you.
She should find somebody her own age and not somebody as young as me.
He's going to say anything he wants to make it look like he's a better person than he really is.
She approached me and she wanted to get together with me, and that's how it started.
Well, we met at our kids' bus stop, and it proceeded from there. Yeah, I did approach him.
To be older, you should know better.
There was a big age difference there, and I should probably not have done anything with him.